Prophets are the mouthpiece of the Most High God. It is therefore of utmost importance to take heed of what they say. On the 9th of April 2017, the servant of God, Prophet Abera Kebede, released a prophecy in regards to the nation of South Africa. These were his words.
All of a sudden, I heard one prophecy. Listen, you must be very careful for what you are talking and what you are speaking. I'm seeing fellow South Africans. They came united and they are celebrating unusually. I'm seeing so many airplanes, they are leaving the nation. Somebody taking the property, taking the things, celebrating. This is going to be happen when the Israelites come out from the Egypt, how the Israelites took everything from the Egypt. This is what is going to happen.
The Lord's timing is perfect. He is never late nor early. On the 11th of February 2018, Prophet Abera Kebede further went on to emphasize the prophecy. This is what he said.
I'm hearing a good news all of a sudden in South Africa television. It's something like breaking news.
On the 15th of February 2018, just days after the prophecy, renowned news agencies released news that brought the citizens of South Africa great joy.
I have therefore come to the decision to resign as President of the Republic with immediate effect. Even though I disagree with the decision of the leadership of my organization, I have always been a disciplined member of the ANC. As I leave, I will continue to serve the people of South Africa as well as the ANC, the organization I have served all of my life in it.
I'm seeing fellow South Africans. They came united and they are celebrating unusually.
Our reporter Criselda Lewis, she's currently at Noord taxi rank in Johannesburg CBD. Chris, a very, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for coming through. Now, talk to us about the feeling of ordinary South Africans about President Jacob Zuma's resignation.
Well, a very good morning to you, Palisa. South Africans are waking up this morning after that late night address by President Jacob Zuma, who has now resigned. And as would be expected, many sentiments are being shared on the streets, not just here in Johannesburg, but around the country. And we've seen all of this news being beamed around the world. So it's by no surprise this morning that all the newspapers in South Africa do have that as the lead story. This one saying defiant in defeat. That's just one of them. Let me take a page to the next newspaper. I'll try to manage this. One of the other newspapers as well says, finally Zuma falls. And the other as well, let me have a look, says going, gone. Well, South Africans, most of them in fact, say they've been waiting in anticipation for this moment. Let's hear from some of them now on what that sentiment is. Let's join Prakop now, who almost everybody knows. Prakop, you wake up this morning, President Jacob Zuma has resigned. What is your feeling?
I am so happy because this man is too controversial for my liking. He drove ANC down, he drove our economy down, and thanks God he's gone, because since he's been in office, nothing works in South Africa. Thank God he's gone.
This is going to be happen when the Israelites come out from the Egypt.
If you can just, ma'am, just retell me that story that you were telling me, narrating earlier on, that you were a group of people watching in a restaurant. How was that atmosphere there as the president announced his resignation?
We were all just so anticipated to finally hear those words that he uttered. We were all glued to the screen. Students were watching. Everyone was very excited.
Khatlane is out there. Nhlanhla, what's the mood like in Melville?
Yes, well, good evening, Peter. Talking to you right here from Melville. We've been here for like an hour and a half, talking to a couple of people here. Since President Jacob Zuma said that he's stepping down, we have seen people celebrating. I mean, earlier on, there were ladies on my left-hand side who immediately, when they heard the news, they started screaming all over. But to talk to us in terms of how they feel, it's Oscar here. Oscar, I mean, we had an engagement earlier, and you told me how you felt. Just talk to our viewers with regards to how you feel after the president has finally stepped down.
Look, so much of a relief that the president had to take a decision to step down. It was really a mess up for our country. And then I'm really glad that he had to take that decision. It takes so much guts. We suffered a lot as a country, and we were to still struggle if then he did not step down. From the entering of his presidency, to me, personally, I never supported it. So from what he has done to damage the country, it's really not on for us.
Well, Peter, just to take it a little bit further, there are a couple of gentlemen here. They wanted to talk to us. Your views about, President Jacob Zuma stepping down.
It was once a relief for me. He did nothing for us. He did nothing for the country. What he did, he was one of the best for stepping down. What a relief for me. Thank you, Zuma, for stepping down.
Lolo, you also just opine. I mean, you said that this was not the first time, you saw something like this happening.
Yes.
Your views?
The thing is, things like this, they happen all the time, and there's still no change. The only thing that we're hoping for is change. But it looks like the nation, like South Africans, were getting angry, and we cannot be an angry nation. We need to be united. My problem is we're going to be led by a divided leadership. So that's going to be the problem. I believe that Zuma did what he did because he believed he had to step down, because Abandu are getting angry each and every day.
I'm seeing fellow South Africans. They came united and they are celebrating unusually. This is going to be happen when the Israelites come out from the Egypt.
But your views about, the president announcing today that he's stepping down?
I would say this is real good riddance. Best news ever. And maybe the corruption will now stop in South Africa, and our youth will get jobs. Most of our youngsters are unemployed, and we will see a new, true democratic South Africa. And hopefully our new president, Cyril Ramaphosa, will deliver what the ANC promised in the past.
And the minute that we heard that he has resigned, everyone just started singing. They were singing the national anthem, actually. So it was very exciting. The atmosphere was very live. It was jumpy. Everyone was just very happy.
Why do you think that everybody seems to be celebrating the exit of President Zuma?
Because it's just a new South Africa. I mean, that's why we actually sang the national anthem, because everyone was just new beginnings. It's been a long roller coaster, a whole 9 years of him being president, and we're just so happy that new leadership is taking up, it's coming to South Africa, so that's why we were just very excited.
All right, let's get your friend also here coming closer. You were also there, you were also watching. You said that you're part of the people that celebrated. Why did you celebrate the resignation of President Zuma?
Because honestly speaking, he's held this country so long for hostage. He held us so long for hostage, and we just feel like we're finally free, because he was treating this country like his own personal playground, and we've had enough of that.
You're a student. The president announced free education on the 16th of December last year. Shouldn't you be happy about that?
I'm very happy about that, but unfortunately, although he announced free education, it wasn't for all students. It was for specific students in a certain pay margin. So as much as I'm very happy, it would have been better if it was for all students, because we are equal at the end of the day.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get you say over here. Of course, you're not a student, ordinary, hardworking South African, I imagine. What's your reaction to President Zuma resigning?
I think it's the best thing ever. I mean, on top of it, leaders must come and go. If you're a good leader and people don't want you anymore, you must accept and actually give an opportunity for the other people. You know how I mean?
All right. I'm seeing fellow South Africans. They came united and they are celebrating unusually. This is going to be happen when the Israelites come out from the Egypt.
Yes, a lot came out of the briefing with the chief whips. You know, at the time that President Jacob Zuma was live on television, the chief whips were in their meeting, probably just discussing what is likely to happen from here on. I'm now joined by the chief whip of the Democratic Alliance, John Steenhuisen. Mr. Steenhuisen, thanks very much for joining us. You guys must have heard while in your meeting the fact that the president has basically said he hasn't done anything wrong, and he can't understand why the rush to get him out. Just your response to that, please.
Well, typical Mr. Zuma, dig in, Stalingrad model, and fight your way out and play for time. Clearly he hasn't read the Constitutional Court judgment. Maybe somebody should provide it to him. Ample reasons of what he's done wrong. The 789 charges of fraud, corruption, racketeering. Ample signs of what he's done wrong. This is Mr. Zuma playing for time again. Unfortunately, Parliament has finally caught up with him. His time is over.